Hello friends, this is Kaustubh Panse. Let's begin with chapter 3. In the last chapter, we have seen about grids and levels. In this chapter, we are going to see these three subtypes. First is important settings. These are the four important settings. Then we are going to look at types of wall. In this chapter, I am going to teach you how to model three different kind of walls: exterior walls, partition walls, and curtain walls. Apart from that, I am going to teach you part 1 of wall operations. What are the various things that you can do? So let's begin, friends. In the last chapter, we have seen how to model grids. Let's continue it from there. So when I want to make or model a wall, so first thing is you go to architecture and you select the command or the tool called as wall. So the first thing uh, is, let's look at the property palette. When you go to the property palette that we have already seen, here you see the preview of the wall that is selected here. This is the property palette. So when you see the property palette, the first important thing is location line. What is this location line? When you draw a wall, you have to first define how will the wall be placed. If you have selected location line as the wall center line, when you start placing the walls on the grids, then the Revit automatically places it on the wall center line. There are various settings as well, but at the beginner level, it will be better for you and advisable for you to go to the wall center line. Select this one. This is the first setting that you do. Yeah. Now coming to second, base constraint. You need to define two things when you are drawing walls. What is the base constraint? What is the base level from which the wall is starting? So this is defined here. Where? In the base constraint. So in this project, we are going to start working on the plinth level. Yeah. Then you have to also mention the top constraint. It's here. Now it is appearing as unconnected. When we will draw the wall, we will set it to the upper floor. So the base constraint tells you where the wall is starting and the top constraint tells you where it is ending. So this is the height of the wall. On a normal wall, usual wall, this will be the height of the wall. Moving on. So these are the important things that you do. So these are the property panel. Next, we have to see three of the most important things. That is how to edit thickness, how to apply material to the wall, and how to create new material. So let's see how to edit the wall thickness. So before that, let us first see how to draw the walls. So I select wall, wall architecture. So here I have given location line. I have given base constraint as plinth level and the top constraint I select as first floor. So once you have done that, go to edit type and here duplicate it. So I say one wall plinth level. It is very important to duplicate and rename the walls. I have already told you. Now I want to give the thickness. So where do you go to? This is where you go to. You go to structure. Yeah. See, when I open the edit thing, this is what I see on the screen. This is the place where I mentioned my thickness. This is where you should mention the thickness. So let's say I want to have a 8-inch thickness wall. So I'll select Yeah, say okay. You'll again come back here. So now you have a wall which is 8-inch thickness. Now coming to the next part, how to apply the material. This is where you go. Can you see here? And here you will see a small 3-dot section. This will be something like this. So you go and click on it to apply the material. See here. So let's say for example I want to have a concrete wall. I'll select concrete. New names will appear. So I'll say concrete plastering gray, double click, the name will appear here. Then I say okay. Here I say okay. So the way you draw the wall is select the first point of the wall and you have to always place the wall on the intersection of two grids. It is very important. Projects are multidisciplinary. So many elements will be put on this floor plan. You are going to begin with walls, then you need to put the floors, you need to add staircase, then shafts, furniture. So everything requires a reference. So now I am drawing a wall from here. That is the first point and I give it here. Yeah. Now another important setting is this one. If this setting is on, then you can create wall just like chains. Just how chains are interlocked to each other. So this is where you do it. This setting is also very important. Yeah. See, you can see here the location line. So now I am drawing a simple wall with chain command. So here I go, move from here. Let's say this is how I put my walls. Can you see? So when I put my walls, uh, now as and when you draw it, you can now see it in 3D. So go to project browser. There is the project browser. This is the project browser. And in the project browser, select 3D. So when you click here, and this is the magic of Revit, you need to only draw in one floor plan. Rest of all the views will be created on their own. So if I want to see how this wall appears, I think we have seen it in the first chapter. Now I am operating in hidden line. So if I put shaded, my 3D model appears like this. If I put realistic, it will give you the look. Yeah. So where do you change? You change here. Visual styles. This icon. It appears something like this in the form of a cube. It's called as visual style. Very important because this is the first 3D model you may have ever created. Then you would like to see it in the actual how the actual material is applied. So this is how you draw the walls. Now I want to apply a new material to this wall, only this wall. So what do? I go to edit type, I again duplicate, I say to wall, okay. I go to edit, I want the same thickness, but now I want a wall which is made out of bricks. So I say common bricks. But I am not happy with what options I am given here. So I want to create my own material. So how do I do it? Again, go here. You will see here a circle with plus mark. It will be something like this. A circle is there and a plus mark is there in blue. So this is where you click, and what you get is create new material. So you get something like this, a default new material. When you get this default new material, come and check it and rename it. So I say to wall KP, some material of this kind. Then go to asset browser. This is the asset browser here. It is very important. What I am showing you for walls will be applicable everywhere. This is called as the asset browser. Very, very important and very awesome as well. So here I go, I see all this stuff. I say common bricks. Let's say I say only bricks. So say so many options have come here. So I select this one, select brick. This is one of the magics that the asset library, the asset browser contains every material that is available on the planet Earth. In 10th standard, we had this modern periodic table. Every element, metal, non-metal, everything that was ever there can be had here. So let's say, for example, for this, I take this decorative block. So here there is no OK or apply symbol. You just need to click, two clicks. The material will be applied. Where will it be applied? It will be applied to the new material that I just renamed. So here I go, I click it twice. So once I click it, close the window, and here you will see that this new material has been applied. Yeah, there is another important setting at the beginner level. Here you go to graphics. Can you see here? Go to this. So these are the two things here. In graphics tab, you say use render appearance. Here what you have to do is you have to check mark. So once you check mark, this will be appearing in the rendered form. Here you go, apply, OK, say OK, and OK. And now only this wall has got a different look. Can you see how beautiful the look is? The rest of the walls, if you see, are in the same material, but this has now got a different look. Yeah, I think you must be enjoying. This is once you start drawing the walls, everything happens right. So we are done with this part. Now let's see types of walls. So today in this masterclass chapter number 3, we are going to learn about 3 types of walls. Very exciting. After the grades and the levels, the first thing that you draw or model in Revit architecture is the walls. Amazing. There are more than 20 different types of walls. Today I'm just going to teach you 3. These 3 will be very sufficient for you at the beginners level, and over a period I will teach you all the rest of the walls as well. Yeah, so let's begin with exterior wall. Now if you see the exterior wall, I want to create a brick wall of 8-inch thickness. Yeah, that we just saw. Now exterior walls are walls which are there for our house protection. It protects us from all kind of weather and climatic condition. It protects us against thieves. It's a kind of security system against insects, worms, snakes, all those things. And that's why they will have to be little thicker than the internal partition wall. So the function is different, and the material that I am using is brick wall. So let's look at exterior walls, how they are created. So when you are drawing exterior walls, you have to be working in the floor plan, and I am working at the plinth level. Many of you have seen being little confused about the building levels. So one of the beginners mistake is when I ask you to work in the plinth level, many of you will either work on the ceiling level or you will work on the some other level. Yeah, those building level. So every where you need to have a reference, you need to draw the grids. So let's say for example I am working in the plinth level. I need to draw a wall. Again I will go to wall. I'll go to wall architecture. What am I going to do? I am again going to just repeat the process. Check for all this stuff here. You check for the location line. You check for the base constraint. You check for the top constraint. So the unconnected height here is 10, and then you directly go to edit type. In edit type, say duplicate. I'm saying 3 wall plinth bricks. Yeah, I go here, I say okay, rest of the stuff is fine. I'm going here. Thickness I have set as 8 inch. Very important to set the thickness. This is very critical, setting the thickness. Now if you observe closely, once I set the thickness, I need to set the material. And this is where the material is. So escape. Yeah, go here and see common brick. You selected that. Don't forget to give render appearance here. See the dialog box. In graphics, click it OK. So now it will exactly appear of this color. So I click this, I said apply, I said OK. It's OK here, another OK, and now I say here, as I told you, click on the intersection. Yeah, click on the intersection. When you click on the intersection, a pink cross section mark will appear here. Can you see it? This is very important. Everything that Revit will show in symbol, please go and study. So it mentions intersection and horizontal. So every symbol has a meaning. So whenever two lines intersect, you have to, you will get a pink cross there. Once it appears on the screen, please go and click on it. Second thing is another beginner level mistake. I have highlighted this during the level 1 workshop, that as a beginner you need to get into a habit of zooming in. When students in their first week or second week tend to be little lethargic, tend to be overlooking the fact and not paying attention. So when you zoom in, lot of things become very easy. Yeah. So I click here, I go here. See, as and when I am approaching here, I bring it to the center, I zoom in. When I zoom in, this is what I get. There's another box that I'm getting. I'll show you this as well. See, this is important. This is called as the endpoint. So you have seen a cross, intersection and horizontal. Pay attention to this. While we are sketching floors, this will be very helpful. Escape. I go here. So now if I want to change this wall, not of common brick. I want to make it concrete. So what do I do? Very simple. Select any of these walls. I'll show you the operation here itself. Select these walls, but I want all the external walls uh, to be made up of concrete. I have changed my mind. I know where want these brick walls. I'm going to cast them in place. So when you do that, if you're only going to select a single wall, as we have seen some time back, there will be only changes in the single wall that you have selected. So write down the command. The command is SA. I have selected this. Yeah. And now you have to select SA. When I select SA, all the walls which are of similar type and are from the same family, that is family type, all of these walls are external walls, and I want them to uniformly change the material to concrete. So this is what I will do. They were already earlier in common brick. So here I go to edit type. Now no need to duplicate. You can directly go, say edit, go here. You don't want to change the thickness. You directly go here and say concrete. So let's say I want to go for this kind of concrete. I'll change here. Very important to give the user render appearance. Say apply. Say okay. Now you will see the change happening everywhere. Can you see? Let's look at partition walls. Now, again, one of the thing is, where do you give those walls? I'm giving it here. I want to give a partition wall made up of common bricks. So how do I do it? I go to architecture, I go to wall. It is the same place. All the walls will be made from this command itself. Here I go, I select this wall, same wall. I say edit type, duplicate. Here I say 4 wall. Give a very appropriate and distinct name. It is important because throughout the project you may be modeling very different kind of walls. So for each wall to have for each family type to have a distinct name, it is very important. So one operation I just told you, when you are using this select all and when you want to change the properties, let's say for example thickness or the height or the material that is applied, anything, you want the changes to apply to all the set of walls that have been created in one group. So here I'm creating a 4 partition wall, and partition walls are little less thick, so I'm taking a 4-inch wall. So here I go to same thing again, but here the earlier wall that I had used to make a duplicate of had this thickness of 8-inch. You can see here, and now I am changing it to 4-inch. I say 4 inches. Now here you need to go and check for the material. I want to use common bricks. I've already told you, if the material is not available, you are looking for some other material, you can create a new material. Render appearance, okay, and then this is 4-inch. So again, go to the intersection. Here you will see this pink cross. Select here, and again select a cross section, intersection in fact. I say now here sometimes while giving the partition wall, it will be inconvenient for us to move in the chain command here. So I'm just removing it, getting rid of it. So press escape. Yeah. Now again be here. This time now when I give a wall, I will be able to do independently. So as I said, zoom in. And this is another of the symbol that will be helpful for you. So this is the third symbol that we are seeing. We had seen a cross. Maybe I would use the actual seen a cross, horizontal and intersection horizontal, and we see in a pink, and now we are seeing a triangle. So this represents various geometrical points. So this is midpoint and vertical. So I go here. We have seen a brick wall. We have seen a concrete wall. In partition walls, we have seen a brick wall. We have seen a wooden partition. Now, the way I change a particular wall from one material to the other, in a similar way, partition walls are made up of wooden as well. How I have already seen it. So try this out.